Hi everyone. So let's go to the Kaizen and lean production and Kaizen. So we're talking about the today's main steps. So we are going to start the Kaizen and the 5S system because these are two most interrelated concepts. Right? Without 5S, there is no Kaizen. So Kaizen is like a continuous improvement. It's another Japanese method, Japanese production system. Like Toyota production system. So Kaizen and 5S. So yeah, this is the main two concepts we're going to catch up today. So let's today we talk about mainly the other video clip. You can see that we talk about the difference method of the lean production. It's an interrelated concept. Lean means reduction of all the waste and everything. That's called the lean. So as a result of the lean production, we should be able to increase the productivity and the revenue, customer satisfaction, everything. And you know that there are seven types of waste. Always the lean production always wanted to get rid of the seven types of wastage, the overproduction, the inventory, and then lead time and the waiting time, and so many things are there like that. And talk about the just in time also. As a result of the get rid of the wastage, get rid of the inventory, what you have to adapt is just in time. If there's an order, customer order is there, then you can order from the supplier, then you can start the manufacturing process. We talk about it, the just-in-time process, the advantage and disadvantage on my previous chapter. So the organizations you can see like who adapting this just-in-time and the Kaizen method actually are following other methods too that we're talking mainly about this Kaizen and 5S system. Okay, here we go. So what is mean by Kaizen? So in your textbook, you can see the Kaizen. There's a complete. You can see there is a huge. The paragraph is there. You can see the meaning and the advantages and everything. You can see there is a strong link between a lean production and Kaizen. Right? There's a strong link between the lean production and Kaizen. And Kaizen is the Japanese word refers to the practice of a continuous improvement. Practice of a continuous improvement. And we talk about this Japanese word, always come from the Japan, right? So it's another Japanese. See, believe Japanese believe that everything can be improved if you have actually kind of a organization. The kind of a there is a belief that Japanese they believe everything can be improved if you put some kind of effort in there. Small improvement, quick improvement, not like a there's no shortcut for everything. There is a small methods are there, continuous improvement. Whatever you practice, it can be a karate, it can be a kung fu, it can be judo, whatever. It's a martial arts or anything in production process, business management, whatever thing you satisfy, whatever thing you do daily basis, you practice, you can actually make a perfect in long run. For example, if I give a normal small challenge for you, for example, in our basketball court, right? If I tell you to okay run 100 laps, most of you 100% of you can't run like that. I know your capacity, but in one day, if I tell you to run okay one lap, everyone can do, right? But in whatever next week I'm telling you to run 2 laps, like that. Third week I'm telling you to run 5 laps, like that. After 6 months, I'm telling you to run 100 laps. You can do it because your body, everything now, mind and everything, stamina, focus, fitness, everything now set up. Continuous improvement. Continuously you came for practices and you continuously you ran there for 100 laps and you can it's easy. You can do it easily. 100 running 100 laps is nothing for you now. But in the first day, it's impossible at all. You can because you don't practice that. You not prepare for it mentally and physically. You don't have that stamina. But if you practice daily basis, small improvement. But if you coach like a 6 month like that, then definitely you can do it. There's nothing impossible in this world. Like that, Kaizen also like that. This is the way, the key secret of the lot of Japanese businesses, the Kaizen production techniques. The improvement will be very small, but over a long period, there can be time we can save, right? Especially time, the labor hours and everything, thousands of labor hours we can save. It become part of their culture at the end. So as a result, you can see Kaizen cannot adapt individually. We need a team effort for that. Commitment should be there. It's important. Nowadays, there's a lot of Western countries also adapting this Kaizen, and workers have to be trained for this. A lot of training people are there for this thing. 5S trainers people, business consultants are there who, okay, here we go, lean has arrived in the organization and they do the coaching camps and then about everything. That's how they adapt. And also the key roles in the Kaizen, because Kaizen is really important, this Kaizen training and everything is really important in an organization. Because evidently workers in the Western countries do not possess the same cultural characteristics like in Japan. Like Japanese country, their culture is a little bit like a teamwork is there. I can see like that commitment, the thing is there. But Western countries, their culture, their belief is different. Okay, so elimination of waste is the main important thing. The 7 types of waste we talk about, the elimination is really important. By using Kaizen, now you can do eliminate all this wastage and everything. So Kaizen helps to eliminate all these wastages and then help us to achieve the lean, right? So here we go, some examples of the 7 types of wastage here given. Time wastage, staff then waiting around and starting tasks such as waiting time for material. So it's called lead-in time. Sometimes waiting time is there. You have to wait until other items are coming for the organization because you can't start your process without that item. Lead time. Time waste when the workers move unnecessarily in the workplace, transportation or motion. Talk about that in motion. No activity, no productivity is there, but they have to go here and there for unnecessarily, right? And the irregular use of machines, such as one that only used once a month. Machine downtime, idle time of the machine. Sometimes you are using only that machine only like once a month. Okay, only twice a month. So most of the times the machine is switched off. You can see the cobwebs also there, dirt. So that's the thing. But you spend millions of money for that machine, right? But you're not using it anymore. Only using only like once a month, right? Once in a blue moon, right? That's how you use it. So Kaizen is all about building the culture in which all employees are actively involved in this suggesting and implementing improvement in the company. So it's truly lean company. It becomes a natural way of thinking in both managers and factory workers, focus on the customers' needs and crucial elements. So as a result of this lean management Kaizen, you must be able to improve your productivity, profitability, sales, customer satisfaction, everything. Okay. So understand the Kaizen. Here we go. So some small video clip is there. Let's look at this factory, how they work Kaizen really well, and how they implement this Kaizen in the organization, how they achieve this. Okay, let's look at this video, short video clip, and after that we come back to our normal discussion.
Visitors to factories in Japan often remark how carefully and neatly the tools and working materials are arranged. This is actually the key to efficiency. When tools are laid out clearly and conveniently, no work time is wasted looking for them. And logical pre-positioning of materials reduces time spent transporting them to workspaces, lessening the danger of collisions en route. Such techniques for improving work efficiency and safety are known as Kaizen, a Japanese word that simply means to do something better. Our workers on the shop floor are always thinking of ways to improve the workflow, revising procedures so they take 2 steps instead of 3, or need 5 seconds instead of 10. Many tiny improvements add up to give a big result. That's Kaizen. The idea of Kaizen began in automobile plants about 70 years ago. Workers sharing their knowledge to revise and improve work procedures made a great contribution during the years of Japan's rapid economic growth, and the Kaizen philosophy is still firmly embedded in Japanese industry. Let's look at how Kaizen works in this sandwich factory, which has a mostly female workforce. Their old way of doing it was for each worker to handle a single process as the materials moved past them on the line. But one process, cutting the bread, always took more time and interrupted the flow, keeping the next worker waiting. We'd been doing it that way for years and never saw it was a problem. Once they realized the weakness in their system, they decided to change from a linear flow to one where small groups of workers each complete batches of sandwiches. After rearranging workbenches and assigning multiple processes to each worker, the time required fell sharp and productivity went up. Now we rarely have to stand about waiting for materials. It's really improved the job. This factory employs a large number of workers with disabilities. The Kaizen approach paid off here too. A major goal of our Kaizen effort was to make it easier and more comfortable for the workers to do their jobs. Trash receptacles were redesigned for easy transportation. And various assistive devices allow people with visual impairments to operate equipment. This worker devised the Kaizen idea of stabilizing hanging screwdrivers with flexible cords. His improvement reduces wasteful movement, and since the drivers are used thousands of times a day, saves as much as 200 minutes of work time a month. It really feels like you've accomplished something when you come up with a new technique like this. We all enjoy thinking and working together to make our job better. Spares and supplies are arranged for easy handling by the visually challenged. For example, these tapes are arranged by type, and large paper discs indicate by touch when only one is left. And the disc's bright printed design delivers the information clearly to sighted people too. Car jacks allow work tables to be raised and lowered to match the height of each wheelchair. This idea was so helpful, jacks have been fitted to all the work tables. Ideas intended to make things easier for people with disabilities often simplify everyone's work. Improving productivity, quality, and working conditions, and all with no need for new equipment. Japan's Kaizen approach is winning followers around the world.
Okay, guys. Now you just find out just the more small improvement can make a big difference, right? A small improvement can make a big difference in the organization. You can see that sandwich factory, how the division of labor and everything they're using. That you can see the workers, they reduce the time and everything. And you can see the another company in Japan, the Toto company, and they also using the same method. They are using the reference lot of disabled people, sometimes visually challenging people, the people with the wheelchair. They're using this method. Then some you can see the devices and everything, and they're using that the gadgets and everything. They're using small things, small improvement, but make a difference in the organizations. So these kind of implementations are really important and really helpful for an organization to achieve their success. You can see organizations, if we are achieving like that, you can see that factory, they're using this Kaizen and everything, they will be able to achieve that workplace, like a nice workplace, and the Kaizen and everything will be, they can achieve. They reduce all the wastages in the working organization, and they will be able to achieve that Kaizen method very easily and nicely, right? As a result of that, you can see they eliminate all these kind of wastages. We can see the wasted the time and everything. We can see the manager actually told that it actually reduced 10 minutes to 5 minutes, or 10 seconds to 5 seconds. Small time savings, but it make a big difference at the end. Okay. And also the waiting time of the workforce. You can see the time in the meeting in the sandwich factory. You can see we show that thing in the video clip, how they actually organize some kind of like quality meetings and everything in the organization, quality circles. They small discussion to improve that thing, to eliminate the wastage. These are really important things for an organization, standardization and everything. Okay, that's all about the Kaizen. Okay, let's move on to the kind of the video clip about the, before we go to the, this one, the 5S system. 5S is also another important right concept in the lean production, guys. So without 5S there is no Kaizen at all. 5S is a really important concept introduced by Japanese method. You can see there are Japanese words, seiri, seiton, seikitsu, sitsuke, something like that. But English words, look at the English words. Sort, get rid of the clutter, right? Get rid of the all the unimportant, right? The garbage and everything, right? Right. Everything you can adapt into your home, you can room, everywhere you can operate this 5S system. First one is sort. Get rid of the clutter. That's an important thing in the workplace. Only necessary items such as tools should be stored in the workstation. If it is a workstation, necessary items only you have to store. If it is a study table, you can see right now you are in your study table or your working area. So you can see only the things like stationaries, the calculators, and the books, and the tabs, and the earphones, and the pen drives only you can see right now. Right? If you have other unnecessary stuff, imagine sometimes you have some, right? So you can have a water bottle or small snack, I don't mind, but normally, right? So organize, sometimes there are so much of unnecessary, sometimes paper balls, sometimes it can be right, clothes and everything. It's mess sometimes. So get rid of the mess. That's the first thing in the 5S, sort. And second thing is set in order, which means you have to make it like a small, like a grid, like a proper place. Organize your work. There should be a proper place to keep your water bottle. There should be a proper place to keep your hand phone. There should be proper place to keep your calculator. There should be a proper place to keep your snacks, right? If you're taking small snacks sometimes, it's always keep it some small area you can keep. Not to put the sellotape and everything, but organization, we have to follow these rules and regulations. But normally, in your table, you can arrange it's your home, it's your place, your rules, right? You can tell them, right? Can be tell your parents or your servant, okay, this is, if you are bringing me some cool drink or coffee, keep it here, right? Don't put it on my book, don't put it on my laptop. Eh? These things should be important. Set in order, organize your work area so that it's easy to find what is needed. And third one, shine and shine and shine. Keep it on, right? Just check on your laptop right now how much of dust particles are there. Just think like that, how much of dust is there. Eh? Just look at the up front. Do you have a cobweb? Huh? Do you have the ceiling fan or something? How much of dust is there? That means you're not following this thing. So organizations also keep shine like daily basis, like your personal hygiene, like your brush our teeth, like our wash your face. Same thing, organization, our daily, or everything, all the items we have to shine. Like we have to take a small time, like 1 minute, 5 seconds, take a small time and then clean your stuff. Then you can easily actually moving into this third level, you can fish shining, rise and shine. On daily basis you have to practice this because that's the most important thing. What's the ensure that the working areas equipments are clean, make them shine. That's like really important work. If you cannot do it alone, you can get the help of the others also, then you can easily move into other works. And also standardize. Fourth lesson, sustaining. Standardize, make it a rule. Tell others also. Sometimes you can make a print, you can hang it on somewhere, you can make that rules and everything. Make a standardize, make it a rule. I think the Sri Lanka right now we have you can see that we have the garbage management in Sri Lankan situation. In other countries like USA also same. We can see there are several color codes are there. Polythene in one dustbin, paper in one dustbin, food and other items in perishable item in one dustbin. So garbage management people can easily handle this. Standardizing, make it like a rule. So most effective working practice have been identified by everyone because it's not like a single rule. It should be communicated with others. Then only we have to standardize method can be arranged and sustain. Keep it up. Keep it up always. Sustain. Check it always. Okay. Here we'll introduce this one. Let's go to small video clip and we'll see what is 5S system. Here we go. Right.
Finding what you're looking for? Imagine if everything had a place and could quickly be found. Wouldn't that make life that much better? Even if you already have a tidy workplace, 5S can help organize and simplify your work life. Let's explore 5S and how it can create a safer, cleaner, and more productive work environment. In the DPO management pillar, 5S is a fundamental block, providing a foundation for all we do. It's more than just a how-to. It's a permanent mindset to help us manage our company in the best way possible. Let's look at each of the 5S's in detail. Sort, set, shine, standardize, and sustain. It's part of human nature to store and gather things just in case. However, at work, this can bog you down. That's why the first step to getting organized is a good sort. To start, remove non-essential items from the workplace. These can be recycled, donated, or relocated to a more appropriate area. Make judgments based on what you use on a day-to-day basis. Step 2 is to set in order all your essential materials. How you set your materials is up to you, but choosing a way to visually organize materials will speed up the searching process. When setting in order, be sure to use labels and assign everything a proper location. After sorting and setting, it's time to shine your environment. Shine is more than an action, it's an attitude. With Shine, you're setting a standard, making it a better workplace for everyone. Always inspect your surroundings for maintenance issues. Make it your routine to clean regularly rather than waiting for dust to build up. After all, a cleaner work environment is a safer work environment. The fourth S is to standardize your routine, creating common methods for how you 5S. For example, create consistent expectations for sorting, setting, and shining across all 5S zones. Assign responsibilities for each area and install checklists and one-point lessons to support a maintained 5S. All these earlier steps are wasted energy if we don't pull together to sustain our efforts. Sustain is the most important S and also the most difficult. Creating habits for 5S in the normal workday, using audit checklists, tracking improvements, and recognizing top 5S efforts lead to a sustained 5S culture. 5S can be used everywhere by everyone. Talk with your team manager about your ideas for 5S.
Okay, so now you just look at the 5S method and everything. So you can see the sort. That means again I'm telling the get rid of the clutter, right? Because people have a human nature to collect everything, right? So you also say sometimes you might see in your time the study table. You can say oh everything is there. Sometimes some some chocolate bars and sometimes it can be some erasers, pencils, stationery stuff, and everything. But everything else they are set in order, make some kind of own rules and everything, and make some kind of taping and make some boundaries in your area, and then shining, clean it up, clean it and everything. Equipment should be clean, make them shine and standardize. Then you can make them standardize more effectively. You can working practices have been identified and communicate to everyone, make it like a habit and make it like a rule, and sustain and give some kind of like a motivation for them, like a 5S best 5S company like that. You kind of like a recognition for them, sustain, adapt system to look for the other 4S's and our workplace at work at all time in the permanent basis, right? You can see the 5S, how they arrange in a working organization. This video clip we can show you how 5S can be arranged in a working organization practically.
Our foundation for building a lean program. 5S stands for sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. It's a very systematic way of organizing your workplace, whether it's on the shop floor or in the office, to make the workplace more efficient, higher quality, safer, and so on. And you take an area, look at the current state, and remove things that are not needed from the location, and then go through the second step, which is to put things back in a good order so it's easy to find, and then clean in the process, and then leave some rules behind by which you can keep it organized and clean for all time to come. The benefits of 5S far outweigh the investment. It's a pretty simple tool. Initially, the elimination of waste, which has in turn improved efficiency, it's improved quality, it's improved safety. All three of those things really affect the bottom line.
If you go through training and let the employees go through the process of sorting, setting an order, and so forth, I would say typically less than a week, you will start to see some benefit from it. But I would say over the course of certainly a few months, definitely a surefire payback in terms of cost reductions, increase in revenue, better customer satisfaction. But I would say employees are going to be a lot happier as a result of the process, and you're going to see that as soon as they start digging in.
We've actually increased our sales just by having customers through our shop. Recognizing the level of organization gives them the comfort factor and the confidence that we're the supplier of choice. Our number one focus in the organization is safety, and 5S has a direct contribution to safety. We've gone over 2 million man-hours without a lost time incident, and that's something we couldn't even imagine 5-10 years ago. And today it's a reality. 5S is easy to understand, it's very hard to do because we're talking about changing habits and building good work habits in the entire company, and that's going to take time. It's a cultural thing. Over time, that's a realization manufacturers have. It's truly a culture change, so it's going to take time, but it takes a lot of nurturing and support from the top management. So there is a cultural change within the organization. Eventually, over time, and it generally takes, from our standpoint, it took about 6 months of coaching for them to realize that this was a benefit to them.
The expertise of the IMEC staff was just incredible. They really had extensive background in operations or in the topical areas that they were working with us on. And so I always felt very confident that these were people that you could trust, that they had been there. I felt like they listened very well, so that they would come in, they would do their best to understand the business, what your customers were looking for.
IMEC is a wonderful business. The toolbox they have is enormous,
So as companies evolve and they see a need for a new tool to be used to improve manufacturing, IMEX the right resource.
Okay, guys. So you can see today that we talk about mainly sustainability. You can see 5S system and the Kaizen. There's a two main linkages there, the Kaizen and the this one, the sustainability of the organization. We talk about the 5S system, we talk about the Kaizen method. So you should know what is Kaizen. In this lesson, we talk about mainly the Kaizen is a continuous improvement. A small modification in your organization can make a big difference, like a small amount of time that you can save from the each worker that make a big difference in the later on in the large organization. If you have thousands of man hours you are using, and then a small modification, small improvement make a big difference. So then as a result of that, the Kaizen will help you this small modification in different levels. We can do this modification. So and then we can reduce the 7 types of wastages in organization. And as a result of this thing, you can find out the first thing we talk about here mainly the 5A system. I told you mainly the sort everything, get rid of the clutter, set in order, again make the rules and everything, make your boundaries and everything, set in order, and again, shine it, clean it up, and standardize and make it like a habit, because it's easy to understand but difficult to practice, because it's a human behavior. You have to change the culture because you can't do it alone. You have to get the help of everyone, right? And then make it sustain with everyone. So as a result of this, you can see organization adapting various methods to actually achieve the Kaizen method. So other thing is a standardization. You can see standardization is a kind of a process, as I told you, establish a formula, give everyone kind of like a rule, make their own rule. Organization had to implement this 5S thing, 5S and everything, give some kind of set of rules and guidelines. Standardization means carrying out every business activity according to established formula. Right? We have ISO standards sometimes for environmental, ISO 14,000, ISO 22,000, ISO 21,000, quality control, quality assurance, different standards are there. This formula may be printed out and hung on the workplace for all to see, right? And then they develop into standard into the best and most efficient and safest way to complete a job. In this way, a quality is assured and the customer expectations are met. And it is management task to make sure these standards are maintained. So managers must get involved if standards are not maintained, and also make adjustment to the methods to avoid the future failures to produce to the standards. So that's why mainly we talk about this the standardization is really important. So mainly in our mainly the today lesson, mainly we talk about these two concepts, the Kaizen and mainly the 5S system. So you can see that's mainly my main lesson is all about the 5S and the Kaizen main method.